In this video, we will explain how to add a payment transaction and how to process returns for invoices created through the point of sale (POS) page. Before starting, you may go to the Sessions page to access the invoice you want to add a payment transaction to. However, it might be difficult to find the invoice if you have many sales sessions. The easier way is to go to the Sales menu, then click on Manage Invoices. Using the search tools at the top, you can quickly reach the required invoice by entering the invoice number or the client's name, then pressing Enter or Search. Important note: if the invoice was created and the sales session is still open, you can add a payment transaction by clicking on the three dots, then Add Payment Transaction, or by opening the invoice page and clicking Add Payment Transaction from there. If the sales session is closed, the payment or refund option will not appear until the session is reopened. As we can see, this invoice does not show the option to add a payment transaction either here or on the invoice page, because the sales session in which it was created has already been closed. Additional note: if you now create a refund invoice for this invoice, the refund will be created, but it will remain independent and will not affect what was processed in the closed session. To add a payment transaction to this invoice, I will click on the session name at the top of the invoice page, click Reopen Session, so we can edit the invoice. Next, you can go to the POS page to continue the session by clicking on the sales screen. From this list, you can browse all invoices created during the session by clicking Search Invoice. If there are many invoices, you can use the search box to quickly find the desired invoice by entering the invoice number manually. Of course, if the invoice number is incorrect or belongs to another sales session, it will not appear in the results. You can also access the invoices list by clicking the Invoices icon at the top. Here, as we can see, the system shows the payment status of each invoice. If the invoice is fully paid, the refund option will be available here. If the invoice is partially paid or unpaid, the refund option will appear here. And you can also add a payment transaction directly from this point. When you click this icon, the invoice page will open. By clicking Add Payment Transaction, the invoice will be added to the left-hand section of the page. Here, you can see the products and the total amount at the bottom. By clicking Payment Transaction, you will proceed to the settlement page. At the top, you will see the amount already paid, and in this field, the remaining balance. Enter the amount to be paid, and then click Confirm. The invoice status will update automatically to paid in full or partially paid, depending on the payment amount. To create a return invoice, select the required invoice, then click Refund. Enter the quantity for each product, then click Confirm. Next, click Payment Transaction to refund the paid amount to the client. If the invoice is unpaid or partially paid, you cannot refund a cash amount greater than the amount already paid. This is clearly indicated on the page. The system also provides multiple options to simplify the refund process. For example, if the invoice contains 4 items, where the client purchased 2 units of the first product and 2 units of the second product, you can specify the number of items being returned using the number pad at the bottom or by using the plus and minus buttons. You can also return all items on the invoice in one step by clicking Refund All at the top of the page. The quantities will update automatically. You can apply the same action for each product individually by clicking the icon next to the product, which will update the returned quantity to match the sold quantity. When reviewing the View Receipts, you will notice that the refund transaction has been added to the refund section, and the refund to the client has also been added under Client Payments. After completing the refund, you can now reclose the session. Please note that the closing date must match the date of the created refunds. You can confirm the session closing immediately or later. The actions we have just performed will affect the statuses of the invoices that were created. You can review this by checking the Manage Invoices page. With this, we have demonstrated how to add payments and how to process refunds for invoices created during POS sessions.